here. Anthony Davis was quiet in both second halves, only scoring 2 points after halftime on Friday and Sunday's losses to the Jazz and the Cavs. AD didn't speak to the media after the Lakers lost last night, but plenty of the conversation post-game still surrounded about him.
I don't know whose primary job is to do that, to be honest. I leave that up to the coaches to figure out the best way for them to, utilize. But when I'm in, I do the best best job I can, and making the right reads. Try to make the game easy for him when I'm in.
He's got my blessing to scream out, call his own number. We try to get him going, try to get Brian going on some post actions and some step ups and pick and roll stuff. And it's just it's not like we're not trying.
We're all trying to maneuver through and see what best suits every individual. To better the team, and obviously it starts with AD. And getting him more touches and things of that nature. But obviously, offensively, it's each game has its own challenges to start the season. But our focal point is and should always be to make sure he touches the ball.
Interesting thoughts from the Lakers cohort, and it's really interesting considering how, finally get Russ going, and then now we have a problem with another teammate. Ramona, how concerned should Lakers fans be about Anthony Davis right now?
Yeah, I remember in the preseason when Darvin Ham said this offense is going to run through Anthony Davis, we're going to go as he goes. So in the last 2 games, he's averaging 18 points a game in the first half and 2 points a game in the second half. That's because he's not getting touches. In the first half of those last 2 games, 77 touches. In the second half of those games, 47 touches. That's basically half. You got to get the big guy the ball. You got to play through him. Now, Darvin's answer was interesting because it's more complex than that. Are they getting him the ball? Is he calling for the ball? Darvin said he's got my blessing to call his own name. Okay, so is this the system? Is this his teammates? That's the issue they got to solve. But clearly he's frustrated. And when AD doesn't go, the Lakers fell off the cliff. I mean, they were leading that game against the Cavs. It had all the makings of a beautiful Sunday matinee for them. And then they fell apart in the second half.
And look, Anthony Davis, at the beginning of the year, there were a couple of things that were talked about. One, the offense going to run through him, and then also that he wanted to play all 82 games. And, I know he missed a game because of his back, but what I have seen from Anthony Davis is he is going out there and giving every ounce of effort that we have seen. We know, Matt knows, there's no way to play 82 games and be 100% healthy. Nope. That's impossible. So for Anthony Davis to say, look, I'm going to go do all of this. Now, the next side of that, if you guys are going to play through me and I'm going to go give you my all, you got to hold up your end of the bargain because I'm going out there not playing 100%, making sure that I am available for the team, but you also got to reward the big fella. Like they say, you got to feed him the ball.
100% because we don't bring the ball up the floor. Matt, do you think that Anthony Davis's, the last few games, that downward trajectory is linked to any of the confidence that finally Russ has found his game?
I don't think so. I just think it's just more of I want him to be more aggressive and want the ball. Get 3 seconds in the key paint or calls in a row. Give me the ball. You know what I mean? We think about great power forwards, and he, to me, is a great power forward. They don't go through lows like this of not getting the ball. They demand the ball, period. They're going to get the ball, period. So, to me, the teammates have to be smart enough to know, hey, we got to go through this guy, but he has to demand it.
And I will say that as a part of this millennial generation, that is hard for us to do as, a current player, to just go out there and say, I want to just be that person that gets the ball. I do think it's a little bit more normal for the older school type of players, but you're this good, Anthony Davis. Demand the ball. They need you.
Okay. And some of it's pace, okay? They slowed
and
down
personality, true.
The Cavs, when they made that adjustment at halftime, they said, we're getting killed in the paint. We're not going to let the ball go in the paint, so he's got
to go to win, you need to have him.
To go outside, though.
Yeah, shout out Evan Mobley and Jared Allen doing a good job.
Okay.
We want to discredit the Cavs. Last thing I'll say is this. What I like that you brought up, Matt, is you was like, there were big fellas back in the day. They would stand in the paint and get it 3 seconds.
Man.
Yeah, that is true.
You're not going to give the ball?
That is true.
3 seconds.
That
3
is
seconds,
true.
fine. Okay, turnover. We got to go back down. And then they would go back. They would go back to the paint, and they would stand there like this.
That is true.
If you don't throw me the ball, it's going to get it 3 seconds.
Yeah,
I respect that.
That's true.
That was old school right there. It's like, if I'm not going to touch it, ain't nobody. There's no offense here.
He's too good to go through lows in the second half where he's not touching the ball. He needs to slap someone in the locker room or whatever he needs to do. I need the ball. I'm not kidding because, we know, this team's going to go as he goes. Period.
Yeah.
Like he needs a little bit more.
You're not sly,
Anyway.
Richard. I see you using every segment to advance your Cavs agenda. And I am here for this.
It's the truth.
I am
Can
here.
we shout
I
out
am
Jared
here for
Allen
it.
and Evan
great
Mobley for doing a
adjustments.
good
I'm
job?
proud of it.
And
proud
they
of
do
you.
a good job
You're doing your
on
thing.
Anthony
Yeah.
Davis.
You're doing your
Like,
thing.
why are we just going to talk about the Lakers
Look,
touches?
it was
The Cavs are-
59-52 at halftime.
Thank you.
No, you're right.
59
Demand the
points in
ball.
first
We're here
half.
for you, Anthony Davis.
Evan
But-
Mobley and Jared Allen.
Malika, the stakes are making a move or moves when they ultimately do that give them a chance in future years to win a title while LeBron James is still playing at an all-NBA level and certainly Anthony Davis's part in it. But the deals that were there this summer are essentially what would be there right now. And those are the 2-pick deals, which is really the only assets the Lakers have. They're 27, 29 first-round picks. The Indiana deals they talked about, the Utah trades. And I think LA looked at those deals and said, yes, we would be better, but we wouldn't be good enough, and they wouldn't set us up to be a championship level team. And so I think for the Lakers, you know, they're going to certainly talk to teams, but there's a level of desperation teams know they have. No one is going to do a deal with LA for anything, but asking for a lot right now. If you're the Lakers, you really have to wait 20 games, see what teams may start to pivot, and look at what might be out there for deals that aren't the 2-pick deals. Maybe it's a 1-pick deal. Maybe that's somebody who's looking to get money off and trades somebody with more money left on their contract for Westbrook's expiring deal. Or things start to present themselves, especially in a year where you know there's going to be tanking for Victor Wembanyama, and all of a sudden a team has an injury, a team decides instead of chasing the play-in, let's get in the lottery. And I think for the Lakers, you know, they've got to be patient so that they don't compound the mistake they made, which was trading all of their assets for Russell Westbrook. 3 players that they could have packaged in other ways or kept, been able to kept Alex Caruso by not taking on Westbrook's deal and trading a pick to not compound that with another deal that they see as short-sighted. And remember, Rob Pelinka got a contract extension. LeBron James is on an extension.
Yep.
Pelinka does not have to go out and try to do a deal that saves him in the short term. And I think that's part of ownership's thinking is if we're going to commit to Rob Pelinka in the job, he helped us win a championship in 2000 in the bubble. We're going to allow him to reshape this roster. Let's not do a deal here that when people are just clamoring for it, that ultimately, again, is short-sighted and doesn't get them ultimately toward being able to really try to reshape the roster and chase another championship. Again, the 2027-29 picks, those are really the assets they have.
Yeah.
And once you burn them, that's it. They're gone, and you don't really have any way to improve the team.
Very interesting. So it doesn't seem that the Lakers are going to be moving in haste here. Woj, thank you so much for your time. We will see you later on NBA Countdown. As a reminder, here are the Lakers' next 10 games. It really doesn't get easier. Look, they host Dame Blazers on Sunday. They play the Nuggets twice next week, along with the new-look Timberwolves. So, Brian, you said something in our pre-show meeting about the biggest question that you have for the Lakers as you're looking at these first 2 games. What is that?
Yeah, what Woj just said about them waiting 20 games is a lot what the league does think that they should do. They think they might need to wait 40 games. They might have to even wait 50 games till the trade deadline. What the league, and I feel the same way, has some question about is in this interim, in these games now, why are the Lakers prioritizing making sure Russell Westbrook is comfortable when they should be prioritizing LeBron James is comfortable? They are bending over backwards, and they did it again last night when they were playing the exact style of ball that LeBron wants, which is defense and grind it out. And then they bring Russ back in the fourth quarter because they're trying not to alienate him. From the day that Darvin Ham took over, his number one priority has been what? Maximizing the team around the all-time generational players, still providing huge numbers, or dealing with the guy who's passed.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. It is that time again, and we are gonna talk about the LA Lakers. Why are we gonna talk about the LA Lakers? Because they lost again last night. I know a lot of people are just sick of the whole Lakers and Nets thing, but I feel like I should talk about this. The fact that I think it's time to either fire Rob Pelinka because he didn't do a job. He like got a F- in the offseason. He didn't get any shooters. Or you either trade Russell Westbrook, even though it's not his fault. He's playing pretty good. He's playing really good, actually, off the bench. Anthony Davis, you could get some value off him. They're not going to trade LeBron James because LeBron James is at that time in his career where he's going to pass Kareem for all-time points. And I know Jeannie Buss really wants him as a Laker when he does that. So, and that's going to be in February or March. So LeBron's not going to get traded 100%. Anthony Davis, he could possibly be on the trade block. Rumor has it, and this is just a rumor, I'm not putting any feelers out there, the Knicks could be interested in Anthony Davis. That's the rumor out there. Because if you think about it, the Knicks actually have a lot of picks. The Knicks actually have shooters, and they play defense under Tom Thibodeau 100%. So it would work out well for Anthony Davis. But, you know, I know that Rob Pelinka was like, oh, hey, we're going to, you know, reevaluate the team when 20 games in. Well, guess what? Their next game is against the LA Clippers, and if you saw the LA Clippers last night, they beat the Cavs, and they look damn good, even without Kawhi, right? So at the end of the day, they're going to be 2-9, and come 20 games in, they might be possibly 2-18. It is the worst start I've seen for a Lakers team in a long time. And Rob Pelinka should be ashamed of himself. For him to say, I'm going to wait 20 games in to do something that is utterly ridiculous. I know LeBron James never played last night, but even if he did, I think the result would have been the same thing. Utah Jazz is balling right now. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's quite a mess in Tinseltown, and I'm going to ask you guys a question. If you were the Lakers, if you were Jeannie Buss, the owner, would you trade one of those guys? It's not going to be LeBron James, I'll tell you that much. Would you trade Anthony Davis or Russell Westbrook or both, or would you fire Rob Pelinka? Fair question, because I don't call for anybody else's job, but he's not doing a good job at all. Rob Pelinka is, you know, just sitting, waiting for 20 games in. That is utterly the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. You know, it's just at a point now where the Lakers are a laughingstock of the NBA. If this continues, they're going to get the number one pick, which in turn, the Pelicans would get that pick, and we all know who they're picking. So, again, I'm going to leave you guys a question. Fire Rob Pelinka or trade Anthony Davis or Russell Westbrook or both. Leave a comment in the comment section. This is Jag from Jaggy Sports.